Welcome back. It's primary day in Illinois, and our next guest is someone I used to, many years ago, I won't say exactly how many years ago, used to cover Congress with, Lynn Sweet. When anyone had a question about the contours and the nitty-gritty of Illinois politics, we turned to Lynn Sweet. She joins me now. She is a special correspondent for Chicago Public Media. Lynn, it's great to see you. Thanks for joining us. It's a big night in Illinois. There's lots of Democratic infighting. Tell me what races you're watching and why.
Well, this is unprecedented in a few ways, including the number of open seats we have for Congress. We have 5 open seats in the House, of which 4 are in play in this primary. And of course, we have Dick Durbin's Senate seat. So these seats are rarely open, maybe once in a generation, because in Illinois, at least, and this is true for Republicans and Democrats, except if you're in a remap and you're thrown against an incumbent major, you get these seats and you just stay put. So people, if you're going to take your shot, this was the time to take it. And that's why we have so many candidates and there's so much competition going on and a ton of TV ads.
Talk about the Senate race to replace Dick Durbin, an institution. So it has been generationally Dick Durbin's seat for a long time. Now it's wide open, lots of money, and something on the line for the sitting governor, J.B. Pritzker.
Right. Here's why. The lieutenant governor candidate, Juliana Stratton, it has been Pritzker's running mate. He put millions into a super PAC to support her. Plus, we have 2 incumbent members of the House who are running, Robin Kelly and Raja Krishnamurti. So it's been a 3-way race almost from the beginning. Others are running because this is a rarely open seat. But frankly, it's always been about these 3. Interesting. 2 Black women and Raja, who, if elected, would be the first Indian American member of the Senate. So it shows that you have a lot of these dynamics in play. You also have the usual things: 2 women running against each other, 1 guy. So the paths haven't been as obvious, and there's not a ton of policy. The policy differences are very thin between them. So, and sometimes on a national show, Major, you may talk about a fight for the soul of the Democratic Party. This one isn't. It's kind of a fight to see who says they could be the bigger fighter against Trump, especially between Stratton and Raja Krishnamurti. The negative ads against each other have been brutal, both on their behalf and super PACs.
In Illinois, there are 2 prominent political families, the Jackson family and the Obama family. Have either weighed in on the Senate race?
No. Obama has not endorsed. I would have been very surprised if he had, though, that everybody would like to say that they're close to Obama. But when you talk about Jackson, you're talking about in the race to replace Robin Kelly, former Congressman Jesse Jackson Jr. is making a redemption run. You might remember, all our listeners, that he pled guilty to charges of looting his campaign fund. He served prison time, and now we don't know what kind of bump he may get because of his father's death on February 17. His brother, Jonathan, represents an adjoining district. Donna Miller, a former Cook County board member, has been making a really strong run, but we don't know if the dynamics change at the last minute because of the Reverend's passing.
We got 1 minute left, Lynn. Based on what you're seeing so far today, is there any sign that this energy, Democratic energy, meaning showing up to vote, that we've seen in other states is showing up today in Illinois?
Well, because we're a blue state, I know everybody read a lot of tea leaves in Texas when they had that massive turnout. Because of all the negative ads, who knows, it may depress turnout. We know a little bit about the city, that older people are voting in bigger numbers than younger ones, and and more women are voting than men. That's what we know so far for this city. But things to watch out as you look ahead in races across the country, Major. The role of outside money from the crypto industry, the AI industry, and from APAC, all factors to look at because collectively they've poured millions of dollars into these contests.
Tens of millions into Illinois politics for all those races and all those reasons you just outlined. Lynn Sweet, it's a pleasure. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.